fucking loves. Welcome back to the Messy Girl fucking Hotline. Where have I been? We have a lot to talk about. And I mean, we have a lot to talk about. A lot. I have notes. You think I don't have notes? I have notes. I have notes. I also have cheesy new popcorn. We will get to that. We will get to that. Let's clear a couple things up in the air. Yes, this is a brand new style of video format. I realized I could not be bothered. To... Perfection kills creativity. Okay, number one, yes, my hair is pissing me the fuck off. Do not comment on it. Do not fucking comment on it, okay? Yeah, I know, it's greasy, okay? I use this new Moroccan oil. Put too fucking much on. Yeah, I mean, I put that pan. I basically always used argan oil for my hair, and now I used too much Moroccan oil, and now my hair is like greasy as fuck. So we're gonna just hopefully like let it dry and just see if it works, and if not, then I'll wash it again for Thursday, because I'm gonna go see Willy Pooh. Anyway. Perfection kills creativity. And what does the fuck that mean? Is that me just being a cop out and saying I was lazy as fuck? Yes. Am I also saying that I got very, 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 very depressed? Like, I was laying in bed last night and I was saying to my to Willy Pooh, and I was like, do you think I'm depressed? And he was just like, what do you mean? Why do you think that? And I was just like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't feel anything. I don't cry. I'm not happy. I've never been happy. And he's like, are you happy with that? And I was like, yes. And he goes, so you just feel numb? He was like, do you feel numb or do you feel bored? And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Why do you know me so well? You fucking... He was like, do you want to start a new hobby? And I was like, no, I don't. What do you want to do then? He was like, just find a new routine. And I was like, you are right. This is what we're going to do. And he goes, what has been missing from your life? And I was like, okay, let's be real. Was I actually thinking about this the entire time? Did he say any of these things? No, but I know what he was implying. Okay. Because maybe this was just the conversation I had in my head after he went to bed. Sorry, let me just have a sip. So I was like, what am I missing? Oh my god, I've been missing my bestie poos. I've been missing talking to someone. It's been fucking lonely. Because there's certain things that you just can't say in a relationship. Like a relationship, right? Your best friends, your best friends, all that shit is for the deepest, darkest secrets of your life, right? Your partner is all the stuff that is irrelevant that you can't say to normal people, because then you're going to be a boring fuck. You are going to be a boring fuck. I saw a red car today, and then I saw a yellow car right after. Wow! That's what your relationship is meant for. And then there's certain things, like a video essay, which no one needs publicly on the internet, but here we are. Or a journal, or a diary. That is your inner monologue. But you see, my inner monologue has always come out. I have never denied myself anything, especially a vocal stem, especially an opinion coming out of my fucking mouth. Listen here when I talk to you, you fucking stupid piece of shit. And I'm talking to the mega mind with a fat forehead right now. Yeah, me. No one needs this. That's a great series on Netflix, but no one needs this. But you're getting it back. So welcome back to season fucking 2. Slay. So you may be thinking, Gabby, what are your notes? Right. Creativity. No. What's the word? What is the word? What is the fucking word? What was I just talking about? Hold the fuck up. Perfection kills creativity. I got into a slump because I had to set up my phone. Guys, she had to set up her fucking phone. I had to set up my phone. I had to set up my ring light. I had to put makeup on. Cool. Then even in the... Really? I've seen those videos. You did not look good. Girl, come on. It went from there, then it went to here, and then it was whilst I was doing my makeup, because it just got to a point where it just consumed so much of my time. And I said to myself, I'm going to do it every single week. I'm going to do it for an hour and a half. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand when you are recording a long form like essay type content, even if it is just you waffling about fucking nothing, you are recording 2 to 3 hours of audio straight, like genuinely straight, and it gets exhausting. Like, it genuinely gets exhausting. And you may be thinking to yourself, really? Because yeah, then you have to cut it down, and that's why most of those videos, or most of the episodes are 30 to 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes. It gets so fucking exhausted because you are talking to yourself. And listen, I'm a bitch that can yap. I'm a bitch that can fucking yap. But it gets tiring talking to yourself when no one is there to speak back to you. So yeah, I kind of got really drained and I got very burnt out because I was doing everything, but I'm back and I realized that I need this because it's a form of fucking therapy, and I just never actually knew about that. There's so many people that I've lost in the last year by choice. I don't want to be friends with them anymore. I don't want to see them anymore. I don't want to consume the media that they post, or even I don't want to consume the art that is pushing them to be creative. And I realized that this isn't rooted through jealousy or envy or just even insecurity. It's just, I'm drained and this is not what I need right now. And you have not fulfilled me platonically in such a long time. So now that we're back, now that I've given you a little disclaimer, Wuthering Heights. Wuthering fucking Heights. I went to, so my Valentine's Day, this is the Sunday of Valentine's Day weekend. Last year we went to the aquarium. This year we went to Kinema in the woods. Oh, no, that's Jacob Elordi. Girl, I'm going to pull it up for you right here. Right here, I'm pulling it up for you right now. Cool. This is Kinema in the woods. And also, this is going to save me so much on editing. It's the home of the almighty Caption Ocean, aka one of the oldest fucking cinemas in the UK, and it was lovely. Also, a bag of popcorn, fresh popcorn, big ass bitch of popcorn, a drink, 2 drinks, and some fancy cheesy popcorn that I will get fucking into because I am so fucking obsessed with this shit. Like, I mean, you open it, it's the mature cheese. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, it's the. That was fucking gross. I'm so sorry. The Joe and Sepsis, I don't know. Mature cheese gourmet popcorn. I fucking love it. I mean, you open it and you can smell it from fucking miles. Yeah. Yeah, still smells like canned tuna. Yeah, but it didn't taste amazing. To me it did, because I love fucking nacho cheese. Like, I'm a slut for nacho cheese. Anyway, all of that came to less than a tenner. Girl, what? Yeah. It came to less than a tenner. It was a 2-hour drive. Loved it. And it looks like this. And as we know, I'm obsessed with everything vintage, everything old and retro. Love. And there isn't a lot to do old and retro-y. Whitby, as a little seaside town, just as a town or like a little like day trip, that is a lot to do. This was a cinema, so you were in there for a while, but even from the moment that you get into the car park to everything, it was stunning. I mean, it looks like this. So there's like different types of cinemas, different types of things. This is the car park or whatever, and then this is, and then there's like all the old-timey theaters and stuff. This is what I just genuinely want to show you. So this is the thing. We're sitting right here where my mouse is, right? We're sitting right here. And then halfway through the film, through Wuthering Heights, it's me, I'm coming! Halfway through, it feels so good to be back. Halfway through Wuthering fucking Heights, I cried a bit. I did cry a bit. There was a part of me that it broke my soul. And a lot of people are like, right at the end, I'm crying because it was a hardy film, and then he loved it. And I was crying halfway through when she married the wrong person, because that is like my biggest fucking fear. My biggest fear is to, like, because I am so fucking insane that, and I emotionally am numb, that my biggest fucking fear is dating a fucking loser and marrying a loser. And I would say Edwardian. He was the best. Even when, spoilers, she dies. The book has been out for fucking ages, right? For years. When she dies, And Heathcliff is like going to the house in the pouring rain. Edgar still comes out covered in blood. And he's like warning Heathcliff. He's like, with pure compassion and sympathy. He's always been that dude. He's the guy I want to fucking marry. And he's out there and he's like, don't go in. You don't want to see this. Save yourself the trouble. And he has this purity in his eyes. And he's like, you don't want to see this. It will crush you. And he's coming out as a husband to the lover, the guy that he fucking hates. And even then he understands like basic humanity or basic human decency. And it's like, you don't want to see this. So I fucking love Edgar. Right. And that is when it was moments that I cried. To be honest, I was surrounded by old little biddies, 60 and 70-year-olds. And I was like, so the point was, halfway through the film, out of nowhere, black screen. Black. And I was just like, what? Like, what? What do you mean? What is happening? Curtains lower. Weird man with organ rises. What do you mean by that? And me and Will are looking at each other like, what? What? What do you fucking mean? And there's an interval. You can go out for a smoke. You can go get an ice cream. An ice cream! He's like, yeah, this is what they used to do in the olden time. An ice cream! Next time I'll know what happens. I'll go get an ice cream. But this time I was so captivated with the organ. And then out of nowhere, a piano and a guitar is on the other side. And it starts playing on its own. And I was like, hold me back. I'm looking around. Everyone's like fucking laughing. Like I'm witnessing something for the first time. Well, guess what? I am! Can a young little girl, can a young YN not just experience something for the first time? Okay. Anyway, that was great. I would say cinema 10 out of 10. Movie 6 out of 10. Literally, I have so much to get into and I will get into it. And I think I'm going to cut this short. I have a lot to fucking talk about. Okay, number 1. This is a hot take, and people right now, I posted it on TikTok, and so many fucking people are mad at me for saying this, and I'm like, you know what, I'll fucking say it, but you didn't even read what I said. What I said was, hot take, but Isabella, this fucking bitch, this bitch right here, this bitch right fucking here, that is on her fucking dog knees, acting like a fucking dog, in the adaptation, not in the book, because in the book, she was a domestic abuse, an abuse survivor, a sexual abuse survivor, a domestic abuse survivor. Like, the premise was Heathcliff marries her out of spite. Literally said, I'm going to fuck you, I'm going to treat you as if you are nothing to me. And then she doesn't know what the fuck she's getting into, because back then you didn't know what the fuck you were getting into. And Nelly shows up at her door, and then, or Nelly gets a letter, aka like the lady of the house or whatever. She gets a letter, like a 13-page letter. And this is not in the film, this is in the book. In complete tit for tat. Dot on I/on D. Exactly what he's done to her. How he's abused her, what he's done. And in the film, she's like being dragged out the house, like she doesn't want to leave. In the book, she's doing that because she has to leave. There's the difference, right? And then in this film, she's crawling on, like, all fours. And you may be thinking, why do you say that Isabella's, like, the strongest character? Why would you say that she's, like... Because, you know what? You don't have a lot to work with. I'm not saying that Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi aren't great fucking actors. Hey! Yes. But I'm just saying, it was very... The adaptation was very, very childish, and I wouldn't say as a fellow actor, as someone that studied acting for a very, very long time, never gonna fucking go into it. I would say she was the strongest character to the point where just even her mannerisms, when she's on the table, when she's getting fucked, when, you know, and they built this idea of BDSM between the two characters, and you may be thinking, oh, she was being abused, but she wasn't. When Nelly, and the thing is, it was normal. Even, and you realize this. This sounds so fucking stupid. But when I said it, people are like, you're domestic, you're glamorizing it. It's like, no, I'm not. When they were alone, she was, when she was alone, when they were alone, she was treating him as if he's a fucking puppy dog. There is still that underlying idea, because he's a poor fucking man. He's a poor man that made some money and then bought a house, a shitty house next to them. A shitty house. Like, I mean, shit. No heating, no water, no nothing. Right, shit house. You are nothing to this woman. She is raised, born and bred with fucking money from Switzerland. Even to the point where when there is no one around, she slaps in the film. And he's like, oh, write another letter to Kathy, because she can read and write and he can't. And that is another level, or at least that's another sign of, not classification, what's the word? Hierarchy, classism. I can't speak. You get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, hierarchy, we'll say. And she slaps the fucking shit out of him. Like, he's getting aggressive, and she slaps the shit out of him, and he's on his knees. And she's sitting at this table, and he acts like a fucking puppy dog. And all he can do is show his rage and aggression, and he just slides the paper under her, and then she starts writing another letter. And she mocks him. She mocks him for not being able to read or write. And that is a pure representation of, no matter who is in the room, when they are in the room, if it's Nellie, if it's Joseph, if it's the groundskeeper, whatever, then it's this entire charade. It's this entire performance and this charade of BDSM and who they are to each other and who they want, because they want people to talk. That is the only reason they're doing it. When they're alone, there's nothing. And when they are alone and this entire scenario of the slapping happens, she's like, I'm going to do this, but then you're going to work for me. You're going to do exactly what I want. You're going to please me. You're going to pleasure me. And everyone's like, oh my God, so she's supposed to be this domestic abuse. Well, she's not. That's not the adaptation. This is an adaptation of the book. Of course, it's like a shitty adaptation because there's so much more that you can go into. The book is literally based off poverty, people of color, interracial romance. And they didn't do any of that. But it's like frilly, willy-nilly, Gen Z. And this is why I say in the entire film how basic and boring it is. Because I'm not a horny person. So, like, right now, no horn fest. So me watching it, I was like, okay, can we move past? She was the strongest character to me. Next then being Edgar. Next being Edgar. Only because if you remove the intimate scenes, the powerhouse through everything, Heath Cliff just shows it through aggression. And I guess not even courtship, just through lust and aggression. And Margot Robbie's character of Catherine, she just shows it through childlike behavior and selfishness. They are both, like, in the way I said this to, well, in the car, the entire reason those two are perfect for each other. And it's literally a quote in the book of, like, being like, he knows me, he's more evil than me, but he's a perfect version of myself. He knows me for me because he's more me than I am. Something like that. Because they are both their father. Even though he was adopted, they are both their father. Exactly like that. And every single character in this film, in the film itself, are so fucking childish. If it's Nellie, if it's Isabella, apart from Edward, every single character acts childish. Not even as if they're a teenager, as if they're 12. Because they just physically haven't fully developed. And the reason I say Isabella's character was fully, not researched, because they put so much work into it. The way that I want to say this is annoying me now. The reason it was the strongest character was because the way that she, the actress, I don't remember the actress's name, the way that she adapted her to be this little freak. And you may be thinking, oh, she's not a little freak. Like, in the film itself, she is talking to her brother in the garden, and she's talking about pure lust and adrenaline and this love for Verona, because she's talking about Romeo and Juliet, and how she reads these books and no one is listening to her. No one is listening to her, and she craves this love. And not even love, but this excitement, because she's a lady. She can't do anything. She can't have her own money unless she marries a man. And she has nothing. So she's reading all these books. And her mind wanders, and she was, I crave. It's this perishable hunger of, like, adrenaline and animalistic behaviors of, like, this is what I need. It's carnage. Carnage? This is what I need, basically. And then the moment that she gets interested in Heathcliff, she's like, oh, I can go for him, whatever. And only then she's depicted as this soft flower because of Catherine, because she abuses her, because she's jealous, and she's grabbing her by the fucking hair. But anyone would be in pain and acting innocent, or not even innocent. Anyone would be in such an innocent position, in a pure position, if you're grabbing her by the fucking hair and whispering in her ear that you'll never have something like that's fucking abuse. I would fucking rock someone's shit. But then, I'm sorry, when Catherine comes into the house, moments before that, like months before that, before she marries Edgar, she's made an entire book for her of her friendship. Like, she's a freaky fucking bitch. There's a picture of her fucking vagina made out of felt. Girl, I don't think she fucking cares that she's walking down on all fours with a chain around her neck, licking fucking cake off Jacob Elordi's fingers. I don't think she cares. I don't think she's exactly where she wants to be. She's exactly where she wants to fucking be. And you may be thinking to yourself, oh, you're so fucking wrong. You're so wrong. And I'm getting comments like, she doesn't want to be there. Excuse me? This picture right here. This picture right here. You are telling me she doesn't want to fucking be here. Like, excuse me? Maybe I can find some more pictures. I can't. You're looking at this man right here, this man right here, and you're telling me she doesn't want to fuck it. She doesn't want it. She doesn't fucking want it. I mean, this is Margot Robbie now, but like, she doesn't fucking want it. Yeah, cool. Next time I'll bring up more fucking pictures. Cool. So we can cross that off my fucking list. I don't know. I can go into, like, Emily Bronte's book Wuthering Heights went into, and I mean I guess I'm gonna sound like a fucking broken record, like, against everyone else right now that is talking about the, like, there's so much I want to talk about with this film. Like, the fact that her, like, a skin closet is what they used to sleep in, like these wooden boxes in the 16th to 18th century. They used to sleep in these little boxes, and of course women and men slept in separate rooms until they commenced together to create babies, but they never slept together. It was unholy because men had multiple different wives. This skin closet was adapted into a literal skin room. Like, Catherine's wallpaper in the film itself was scans of Margot Robbie's face. The latex or designers that, like Valentino or Prada, that made these custom gowns for Margot Robbie to wear in the adaptation. And of course they're not going to be, the thing is, the film and the premise of the film is so fucking boring because the book is so much more. And when you remove not even the highlight but the key heart of the book, the entire film is boring as fuck. So they need the glitz and the glamour. And when you're looking at it from a, like, film nerd perspective, from a beauty perspective, from a fashion lover perspective, it is everything. From the soundtrack to the costumes to the set design, it is everything. Not even the intimate scenes. Remove that, then it is nothing apart from, like, silver plated in gold. There is nothing. Or is that the same? Or copper plated in gold, something like that. So of course it pissed me off that they didn't do Wuthering Heights the rights justice. But I think hopefully throughout the years, something that I do like about good literature is no matter how far you get in life, there is always going to be an adaptation of something. And there will be multiple adaptations of something. Like, right now, I'm gonna go into the Dracula film. Favorite fucking film. I've spoken about it on my new adult favorite film. I spoke about it briefly on my YouTube, saying something on the lines of 10 Things I Hate About You, aka Taming of the Shrew, or an adaptation of Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, aka 10 Things I Hate About You from 1999 with Heath Ledger. That was my favorite film in my adolescent teenage years until maybe I was like 19, and then I was kind of searching and craving for something to be my adult favorite film, something that you can say and it really highlights what you want, or at least what you desire in your young adult years. And this was it. And and I watched it months ago, so every bitch now in their cinemas that are like looking at their boyfriends are like, and he waited for her for 400 years. Would you wait for me if I was... That was the first thing I asked Will. Would you wait for me for 400 years as a vampire? Would you search for my face again? And he's like, no. I hit him. What do you mean? Ow. What do you mean? So I would say, yes, this is my new adult favourite film, and I will go into a deep dive of Dracula, A Love's Tale in the next episode. But even that's been adapted so many times. Johnny Depp did it. Caleb did it. I think Perseus, something like that. An Italian guy, he did it years ago, I think in 1960. So great novels will be adapted 1,000 times. And they will be completely, or they will be perceived differently. Or at least most media will be like this. I was saying this in the car. I don't think any art or any I don't think any art, any media, any album creative is bad. You may be thinking, oh, but okay, the hamster dance, Cowboy Carter, bullshit, EDM, no matter what, right? No matter what film it is, no matter what album it is, no matter what painting it is, nothing is primarily bad. And I think I'm going to have a revelation that some teenager, some 10-year-old had when she was 10. What? You get what I'm trying to say. Like, this isn't fucking new, but it did clock my mind because I've never thought about it like this. I've been recently watching certain albums or listening to certain music. And there's certain things that, like, when the Madison Beer album came out recently, and Luna was like, oh, do you want to get tickets to the concert? I was like, no, I don't like it. She was like, what? And it's like, it's just come out. And I listened to all of it twice, and I was like, I didn't like it. Then I was randomly on the train, heading up to Manchester, and I was in this mood of... I don't know, like, it was something like, I was just mad. I was mad that I stopped talking to someone and I lost a friend, and then I was listening to it and I was like, yes, you wish you were me. Yes, you wish you were me. You wish you could have, and I was like, oh my god, this album fucking rocks. And now the tickets are sold out. And it is timing, it's timing. So no matter what adaptation happens, no matter what media is produced, no style of art is ever wrong and it's ever bad. It's just how you are feeling at the time. There's moments that I watched The Notebook years ago when I first watched it, and I fucking hated it. I was like, this is boring as shit. But no one would do this. This is fucking shit. Until after I fell in love, and then 2 years later I was, oh my god, I fucking love this shit. Oh my god, I understand why everyone's crying at The Notebook. Like, I get it. And I was like, oh my god. And that's when I clocked it, like a while ago. I was just like, dude, media is so suggestive. No. Performative. No. What's the word? Suggestive. Subjective. That's performative. Subjective. Art is subjective. And of course it always will be. And I kind of always thought it was just to do with art. Like, you will look at paintings and it will make you feel something. And I've been spending a lot of time going to exhibitions. I've been spending a lot of time kind of getting out the rain in London, because what else are you supposed to do in February? And I've been witnessing art and seeing certain art that makes me feel something, certain things that don't make me feel anything. I've been getting into new hobbies of, like, let's see, what, like Christopherlying, or like bedazzling. This was one of the first things I did, and it was shit. Or like embezzling. Yeah, I've been doing tax fraud. No, what's the word? Is it embezzling? Like, oh my god, embellishing. No, what is? Oh my god, I actually can't fucking speak today. Like, it has one of those things, and then you like drill into metal. Engraving. I've been getting into engraving, vajazzling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Maybe I'll buy a tattoo pen. We'll see. So I've been spending a lot of time mixing medias and focusing on my own time and my own health and all these different things, and kind of finding these creative outlets for myself. And then whilst then consuming different types of media as well as being creative, those things don't speak to me anymore. Not the creative hobbies, but the media. No shows, no YouTubers, no music. It just doesn't. And I've been listening to the same songs on repeat, aka Heroin or Outside by Jessie Murph, because those are the only things that speak to me right now. And I don't know. I don't know why I didn't clock this before. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. It was genuinely just like a moment in time that I was just, I don't know, I was just sitting there and I was at the gym and I was just thinking to myself, nothing is remotely bad. You can never say that any media is bad, because to create something, you have to have felt something, and to feel something, you have to have lived. And no art that comes from living is bad. Ever. It is either a pillar in history or it's a blimp in someone's life, and it deserves to be out in the world. Doesn't matter how bad it is, and you will always have ideas about it, and you will always have opinions about it, and that's what art is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a creative outlet for someone suffering or overjoyed or just living. And art is a representation, or at least the artifacts that we leave on this earth, of ourselves, in any singular sense, if that's a film or a record or a photo. And then, so that's a lot, me talking about media, but it was a couple ideas I had on the train and just recently. And then I think the last thing I want to talk about tonight, is tell me if you like this style. Tell me if you like this style, because I like this style, and I really, really like this style of media because it's so much easier, and I feel like I don't have to feel pressured to do certain things or say certain things or edit a certain way. I can just be fully myself, and in any singular sense, if it's, because I don't know why I always realize that I have these ideas and these clinical, like, I have these ideas and these clinical moments where I'm laying in bed or I'm reading or I'm downstairs or I'm sitting at my desk like this, and it's like I look like this, I'm acting like this, I'm kind of sick, I'm, I don't want to set up a camera, I don't want to set up a ring light, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll record it tomorrow, and then it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel passionate. It doesn't feel like it's coming out of my mind. And recently I've been telling people just like, oh, record. Just record, and you'll record. And you see stuff on TikTok that's like, if you want to be famous, you just have to hit play. Post something 7 times a day. Shove your fist up your nan's ass and you'll get famous. Like, no. The reason, and here's the thing, it's always going to be quality over quantity. Right? If you post 10 black screens and then one pretty little pink painting, which one's going to do better? Right? There we go. The reason I will always say it's quality over quantity, well, the reason I say quality over quantity is because that's the end goal. But the way to get quality is through quantity. No one picks up a paintbrush and a canvas and turns into, I was about to say Galileo, Da Vinci. No. Da Vinci? Who did we'll say Van Gogh. We'll say Van Gogh, because I'm actually going fucking crazy. It's 1 a.m. No one picks up a paintbrush and no one picks up a canvas and turns into Van Gogh. Unless they try and try and try and try and try and try and try until they get quality. And that you will only reach that through quantity. You will only reach confidence through quantity. So it's both. There is no answer of like, post 7 times a day to get famous. You'll get famous, or you'll get views or viewership or integrity and community through your media or your art. You'll get it through quality and desire and lust and this feeling of someone else, or like jealousy and naivety, like someone else wants to be you, someone wants to consume what you are producing, someone wants to breathe, inhale the same air as you. You will get that when you are someone to be desired. But if you're posting some pretty pictures of yourself and you're like, why isn't this doing well? No one knows you. No one knows your soul. No one knows your heart. No one knows anything about you. Okay, so here's a day in my life. No one fucking cares. Because you bring nothing to the table. And this isn't some like bold man TED talk. I'm just saying, you can't be vague about anything. You can't not open up your heart. But what if I open up my heart and I get hurt? That is the perfect reason to do it. Be embarrassed. Be hurt. Reconcile with yourself. Be performative. It does not matter. Just be yourself. I was gonna sit here and talk about this perfume that I really want to get again, aka the Floral Rhubarb, which is the Dossier dupe of the Marc Jacobs Flora. I really like it, but I guess I just went on this huge tangent about media, mixed media, art, and a creative process. And I think this is what the first episode back is going to be called, because sleep. So yeah, I love you all. I hope you like this new style, and I realize that this is gonna make me record more and be more true to who I am and the ideas that I have. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.